The horizon drifted in the vast emptiness of space, its crew still grappling with the monumental decision they had made. Captain Samantha Hayes stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the shimmering temporal shield that now encased Earth's solar system.
Dr. Brennan, status report. What exactly are we dealing with here? Captain, the readings are unprecedented. The temporal shift we initiated has caused ripples throughout the fabric of space-time. We're detecting anomalies that shouldn't be possible according to our understanding of physics.
It's not just space that's been affected. Our own timeline, our very history, it's changing.
How is that even possible? We're outside the shield.
The temporal energies we unleashed were far more powerful than we anticipated. They're rewriting history as we speak.
Give me examples. What kind of changes are we talking about?
It's subtle at first, but the implications are staggering. Historical events are shifting. Wars that never happened, discoveries made decades earlier or later than they should have been. And it's accelerating.
Suddenly, alarms blared across the bridge. The main view screen flickered to life, showing multiple points of light activating across the galaxy.
Captain, we are picking up signals. Hundreds of them, all activating simultaneously.
Iris, analysis.
The signals match the frequency of the alien technology we encountered on New Earth. It appears our actions have triggered a galaxy-wide response.
My God, what have we done?
We saved Earth, that's what we did. Whatever's happening out here, at least our home is safe.
Is it, though? We have no idea what consequences this temporal shift might have on Earth itself. For all we know, we could have doomed it to a worse fate.
Speculation won't help us now. We need facts. Dr. Brennan, I want a full analysis of these temporal anomalies. Maya, keep tracking those alien signals. We need to know what we're up against.
As the crew scrambled to understand their new reality, a strange shimmer passed through the ship. For a brief moment, everyone saw double, as if reality itself was struggling to maintain its integrity.
Did everyone else see that?
Iris, what just happened?
Detecting a temporal disturbance. It appears the timeline is attempting to reassert itself. Crew members may experience temporary disorientation or déjà vu.
Great. As if things weren't complicated enough already.
Stay focused, people. We knew there would be risks when we made this choice. Now we deal with the consequences. Dr. Brennan, any theories on how to stabilize our timeline?
I have some ideas, Captain, but they're purely theoretical. We're in uncharted territory here.
As the crew worked to understand their new reality, none of them noticed the small, alien probe that detached itself from the horizon's hull, silently transmitting data to its ancient masters. As the Horizon crew grappled with the enormity of their actions, a new challenge presented itself.
Captain, I'm detecting a transmission. It's coming from Earth.
That's impossible. Earth is behind the temporal shield.
Correction. It's coming from where Earth should be.
The view screen changed, showing a familiar blue marble. But something was off. The continents were slightly different, the atmosphere tinged with an unfamiliar hue.
This is Admiral Marcus Reeves of Earth Defense Command to the unidentified vessel. Identify yourself immediately.
This is Captain Samantha Hayes of the Earth ship Horizon. Admiral Reeves, we're from Earth as well.
Impossible. Earth has never developed interstellar travel capabilities.
Admiral, this is going to sound incredible, but we're from a different timeline. One where Earth did develop interstellar travel.
There was a long pause before Admiral Reeves responded.
Captain Hayes, I think you and your crew better come down here. We have a lot to discuss.
As the Horizon approached this new, altered Earth, the crew watched in awe as the planet's history unfolded before them. Holographic displays showed a world that had developed along a radically different path.
It's fascinating. Without the alien signal to drive us towards interstellar travel, Earth focused inward. They've made incredible advancements in biotechnology, climate engineering.
But they're woefully unprepared for what's coming.
Then we'll have to prepare them.
The Horizon docked at a massive orbital station, a testament to this Earth's focus on near-space development. As the airlock cycled open, Captain Hayes and her team were met by Admiral Reeves and a delegation of Earth's leaders.
Welcome to Earth, Captain Hayes. Or should I say, welcome back. We have a lot of questions for you and your crew.
And we have a lot of answers, Admiral. But I'm afraid they come with a warning. Earth is in danger, and we don't have much time. Admiral, if I may. The temporal shift that brought us here has set off a chain reaction across the galaxy. Ancient alien defense systems are reactivating, and they see humanity as a threat.
Alien defense systems. Captain, you realize how this sounds?
I do, Admiral. But I assure you, the threat is very real. And it's not just coming from outside. The temporal shift is causing fractures in reality itself. If we don't find a way to stabilize it, both our timelines could collapse.
As they walked through the station, the differences between this Earth and the one they left behind became more apparent. Holographic displays showed a world free from many of the conflicts that had plagued their own timeline, but also one that had never reached for the stars.
It's remarkable. In our timeline, we were so focused on space exploration that we neglected many of Earth's problems. Here, they've solved issues we thought were insurmountable. But at what cost? They're not prepared for what's out there. And now, because of us, out there is coming here.
I've heard enough. Captain Hayes, I'm convening an emergency session of the World Council. I need you and your key staff to brief us on everything you know.
Understood, Admiral. Dr. Brennan, Dr. Hawthorne, you're with me. The rest of you, work with Earth scientists. Share what we know about the alien tech and the temporal anomalies. We need to get this Earth up to speed, fast.
As the Horizon crew dispersed, each tasked with preparing this unsuspecting Earth for the challenges ahead, none of them noticed the shimmer of a temporal fracture forming in the corner of the room. Through it, for just a moment, another Earth was visible, one where the skies were on fire and alien machines strode across a ruined landscape. As the Horizon crew briefed Earth's leaders on the impending threat, the galaxy itself seemed to come alive with activity.
Captain, we are detecting multiple signals across the galaxy. They're all activating at once.
Iris, analysis.
The signals match the frequency of the alien technology we encountered on New Earth. It appears our actions have triggered a galaxy-wide response.
It's just as we feared. The ancient alien defense systems are awakening.
Suddenly, the station's alarms blared. On the main view screen, a massive structure materialized out of nowhere, its design clearly alien and far more advanced than anything humanity had ever encountered.
What the hell is that thing?
It's some kind of automated defense platform. And it's powering up its weapons.
All hands, battle stations. This is not a drill.
The orbital station narrowly avoided the first salvo from the alien structure, but it was clear this was only the beginning.
Captain Hayes, we're detecting similar structures appearing all over the solar system. They're targeting our colonies on Mars and the Moon.
This is what we were afraid of. By moving Earth in our timeline, we've announced our presence to these ancient systems. They see us as a threat.
But why? We've done nothing to provoke them.
It's not about provocation. These systems were designed eons ago to prevent any civilization from reaching a certain level of advancement. And we just showed them that we're capable of manipulating space-time itself.
So what do we do?
We fight. And we find a way to shut these things down before they wipe us out. Dr. Hawthorne, I need you and your team to analyze every scrap of data we have on this alien tech. Find us a weakness.
I'll do my best, Captain, but we're dealing with technology thousands, maybe millions of years beyond our own.
Then we'll have to be creative. Olivia, work with Earth's defense teams. See if we can adapt their biotechnology to create some kind of countermeasure.
On it, Captain.
As the battle raged in space, temporal fractures began to appear more frequently. Through them, glimpses of other timelines could be seen, some where Earth had already fallen, others where humanity had become something unrecognizable.
Captain, the temporal instability is getting worse. If we don't find a way to stabilize it soon, we could be facing total timeline collapse.
One crisis at a time, Doctor. Right now, we need to focus on surviving this attack.
As the immediate threat of the alien attack was temporarily held at bay, a new problem presented itself. The evacuees from the new Earth colony, brought aboard the Horizon during their desperate escape, were struggling to adapt to this new timeline.
Captain Hayes, we have a situation with the evacuees. They're having trouble accepting this new reality. What kind of trouble? It's a form of temporal shock, Captain. These people have been ripped from their own time and placed in a world that's both familiar and alien to them. Some are experiencing severe psychological distress. What can we do for them?
For now, we're providing counseling and support. But long-term, we need to consider how to integrate them into this society. They possess knowledge and skills that could be invaluable in the coming conflict.
As if to underscore the point, one of the evacuees, a young engineer named Caleb Forrester, approached the group.
Captain Hayes, I couldn't help overhearing. I think I might be able to help with the alien tech problem.
How so, Mr. Forrester?
In my time, our time, we had developed countermeasures against some of the alien systems. I was part of the team working on it. If we could adapt that knowledge to the technology available here.
That could work. With Mr. Forrester's future knowledge and our current resources, we might be able to create a defense against these alien attacks.
Make it happen. But be careful. We don't want to create any more temporal anomalies than we already have.
As the crew worked to integrate the evacuees and their knowledge, ethical dilemmas began to surface. The information these people from the future possessed could dramatically alter the course of this Earth's development, for better or worse.
Captain, we need to establish clear guidelines on what information from the future can be shared. The potential for abuse is enormous.
With all due respect, Professor, we're facing extinction here. Can we really afford to hold back any advantage?
We'll find a balance. We have to. The fate of two worlds depends on it.
As the debate raged on, Dr. Brennan made a startling discovery.
Captain, I've been analyzing the temporal fractures. I think I've found a way to stabilize them. But it would require us to merge the two timelines.
Merge them? What would that mean for Earth, for both Earths?
I'm not sure, but it might be our only chance to save both realities from collapse.
The weight of the decision hung heavy in the air. As Captain Hayes contemplated their next move, another temporal fracture opened, larger than any before. Through it, they could see a vast alien city, teeming with life, and at its center, a structure that pulsed with unimaginable energy.
What are we looking at, Doctor?
I think we're seeing the source of the alien defense network. And possibly, our key to shutting it down.
As the fracture closed, the crew of the Horizon knew that their next decision could determine the fate of not just two Earths, but potentially the entire galaxy. The clock was ticking, and the greatest challenge of their lives lay ahead. As the Horizon crew and Earth's defense forces worked tirelessly to repel the alien attacks, the fabric of reality itself began to fray. Temporal fractures appeared with increasing frequency, each one a window into a different possible timeline.
Captain, the fractures are becoming more stable. I think we can pass through them now.
Are you sure that's safe?
Safe? No. Necessary? Possibly. These fractures might be our only way to gather the information we need to save both timelines.
Suddenly, a large fracture opened on the bridge of the Horizon. Through it, the crew could see themselves. But different. Harder. More battle-worn.
Well, well. Looks like we finally found the source of our problems.
Who, what are you?
I'm you, of course. From a timeline where we failed. Where Earth fell to the alien defenses. And now we're here to make sure that doesn't happen again.
How do we know we can trust you?
You can't. But you don't have a choice. The temporal collapse is accelerating. Soon, all timelines will merge or be destroyed.
As the two crews faced each other, the ship shuddered. More fractures were opening, showing glimpses of other realities, some thriving, some in ruins.
Captain, we need to stabilize these fractures before they tear the ship apart.
Agreed. But how?
We developed a technology in our timeline. A temporal anchor. It could stabilize the fractures, but...
But what?
It would merge our timelines permanently. There's no going back.
The implications hung heavy in the air. Merging timelines meant changing history, altering the very fabric of reality.
We need time to think this through.
Time is the one thing we don't have. Make your decision quickly, or it will be made for you.
As the crew grappled with the decision to merge timelines, another fracture opened, larger than any before. Through it, they saw a vast structure, impossibly old yet humming with energy.
My God, it's the cosmic library.
The what?
In our studies of ancient myths and legends, we came across references to a repository of knowledge left behind by the precursors, the race that created the defense network. This must be it.
Then that's where we need to go. The answers we need, the key to shutting down the defense network, it has to be there.
With no other choice, both crews stepped through the fracture and into the cosmic library. The vast hall stretched beyond sight, filled with technology beyond human comprehension.
This is incredible. The knowledge here could advance our civilization by millennia.
If we survive long enough to use it.
As they explored, holographic displays activated, showing the history of the galaxy, and the true purpose of the defense network.
Translating. The network was not designed to destroy emerging civilizations, but to test them. Those who could overcome it would be deemed worthy of joining a galactic community.
So all of this, the attacks, the temporal fractures, it's all been a test?
A test we've been failing. Until now.
Suddenly, a new hologram appeared, a being of pure energy, its form barely comprehensible to human eyes.
You have reached the final stage of the trial. Your actions will determine the fate of your species and your place in the cosmic order.
We didn't ask for this trial. We were just trying to save our world.
Intent is irrelevant. Outcome is all. You have demonstrated resourcefulness and determination. But the final test remains. You must choose.
The being gestured, and 3 paths appeared before them.
The path of preservation will restore your original timeline, erasing the changes you have made. The path of evolution will merge your timelines, creating a new future. The path of transcendence will elevate your species beyond physical form, joining us as beings of pure energy.
Each choice has profound implications. We could save our original Earth, create a new and potentially better future, or become something beyond human.
How can we possibly make this choice? We're deciding the fate of our entire species.
We don't have a choice. We have to decide, or the temporal collapse will destroy everything.
The crew of the Horizon, along with their alternate selves, stood before the 3 paths, the weight of their decision pressing down upon them.
We need to think this through. What are the implications of each choice?
Preservation means we lose everything we've learned, everything we've gained. We'd be vulnerable to the same threats that brought us here.
But evolution means fundamentally changing who we are as a species. We'd be creating a new timeline with unforeseen consequences. And transcendence would leave behind our physical forms, our very humanity. Is that really a path we want to take?
Why do we have to choose it all? Why can't we find another way?
There is no other way. The trial must be completed. A choice must be made.
As the debate raged on, temporal fractures continued to appear and disappear around them, showing glimpses of possible futures, some beautiful, some terrifying.
Whatever we choose, we're gambling with the lives of everyone on Earth, in all timelines.
But if we don't choose, we lose everything for certain.
We need to vote. Everyone gets a say. This isn't a decision I can make alone.
One by one, the crew members and their alternates cast their votes. The tension was palpable as Captain Hayes tallied the results.
It's decided then. We choose.
Before Captain Hayes could announce their decision, the cosmic library shuddered. Temporal fractures began to appear at an alarming rate.
Warning. Temporal collapse accelerating. Estimate total reality failure in T-minus 10 minutes.
Your time grows short. Choose or be destroyed.
We've made our choice. We choose.
Suddenly, a new fracture opened, larger than any before. Through it, they could see a massive alien fleet, poised to invade not just Earth, but all of known space.
What the hell is that? This isn't part of any timeline we've seen.
The trial has drawn attention. Others have noticed your potential. They come not to test, but to conquer.
You're saying that by trying to save Earth, we've attracted an even greater threat.
Your actions have rippled across time and space. The consequences were unforeseen.
Captain, we need to make our choice now. Whatever we decide, we have to act before that fleet arrives.
All right. Based on our vote, we choose.
As Captain Hayes spoke their decision, the library began to glow with an otherworldly light. The paths before them shimmered and merged, forming a single point of blinding radiance.
So be it. Your choice is made. The trial is complete.
The crew of the Horizon, their alternate selves, and the library itself were enveloped in a burst of energy. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, they existed everywhere and nowhere, witnessing the birth and death of universes. When the light faded, they found themselves back on the bridge of the horizon. But everything had changed.
Status report. What happened? Where are we?
Captain, I'm detecting. I'm not sure how to describe it. We appear to be in Earth orbit, but...
My God. Look at the readings. It's Earth, but evolved. Changed. We've created something entirely new.
As the crew stared at the view screen, they saw an Earth transformed. Gleaming cities stretched into the skies, clean energy pulsed across the planet, and in orbit, a vast fleet of advanced ships stood ready.
We did it. We found a way to merge the best of all timelines.
But at what cost? And what about the alien fleet we saw?
Captain, I'm detecting a transmission from Earth. It's from ourselves. Or rather, the versions of us from this new timeline.
The view screen flickered to life, showing a version of Captain Hayes unlike any they had seen before. Confident, almost radiant with an inner power.
Welcome home, travelers. You've done well. But your journey is far from over. The true test is just beginning. What do you mean? What test? The test of whether humanity is ready to take its place among the stars. The alien fleet you saw? They're coming. And we need to be ready.
As the implications of their choice sank in, the crew of the Horizon realized that their adventure was far from over. They had saved Earth, transformed humanity, but in doing so, they had set the stage for an even greater challenge. The looming storm was approaching, and the fate of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy hung in the balance. The next chapter of their journey was about to begin, and it promised to be the most perilous yet.
Well, crew. Looks like our work is far from over. Let's show the universe what humanity is truly capable of.
As the Horizon moved to join Earth's fleet, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, it was filled with hope. The echoes of tomorrow were calling, and humanity was ready to answer.